happy to have Cory Taylor with us this morning. She is the Greater West Bloomfield Historical Society Office and Activities Coordinator. Cory, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
So you have been in West Bloomfield before. You worked in the library system, and now you are with the Greater West Bloomfield Historical Society. You also have worked with Henry Ford and the Detroit Historical Society before. Tell us a little bit about how those past experiences has kind of helped you into your position now.
Well, I think that especially my work at the library has given me a chance to get to know the community a lot better than had I not worked there. I met a lot of, a vast majority of the patrons that came through were just a diverse, welcoming group of people, and it made me, love where I lived and love to be able to have the opportunity to work with them at the Historical Society. So yeah, I think everything, particularly my experiences at the library, have shaped how I've worked at the Historical Society.
And then, as well as the Office and Activities Coordinator, you also work with the communications that the Greater West Bloomfield Historical Society puts out. Can you tell us a little bit about that position and how it maybe differentiates itself between the Activities Coordinator?
Yeah, so we had two separate. The positions were actually two separate people when it was about, I think 6 or 7 years ago now, they created the communications position because the board president just couldn't handle all of the projects anymore. And then for a variety of reasons, that person left last year. And so I took on her role. And I have, we always say in the nonprofit organizations that you wear many hats, and, you are assigned as one, you have one title. So I'm Office and Activities Coordinator, but I'm also the volunteer coordinator. I run the communications. I run the events. I do sort of a lot of different office work. So it's we do that other duties as assigned that you see in job descriptions a lot. That's basically where I live in my job. So yeah, the communications, I handle all of the social media, the e-newsletters, the e-blasts, and then the Office and Activities Coordinator position. I volunteer I coordinate and recruit all of the volunteers for all of our programs.
And then with the volunteers that you have there at the Greater West Bloomfield Historical Society, you guys have a volunteer meeting coming up. I believe it's Wednesday, December 8th. Can you tell us about that and maybe how beneficial it is to have these volunteers sign up and help you guys out there?
So volunteers are our bread and butter at the Historical Society. I'm the only employee, so everybody else are volunteers, and we need as many as possible. We have a really great core group of volunteers that have been with the Society for many years and love volunteering there, love sharing the history. But we also need, more people, just so that those volunteers don't have to share that burden of being at all of the open houses and presentations. So we're like you said, we're going to have, it's going to be in person, but for those people who don't feel comfortable coming in person or can't for whatever reason, we will have a Zoom link available so, people can attend both in person and virtually. And so we're going to be talking about both our in-person volunteer opportunities, which are primarily hosting open houses. We extended our hours back in September, so we were only open once a month at the museum. Now we're going to be open once a week. So we need some more volunteers to help with hosting those open houses. And then we'll also have some virtual opportunities as well.
And then when a volunteer signs up, and you said hosting open houses is one of their main priorities there, what are the types of activities or things that they would have to oversee as a volunteer for the Greater West Bloomfield Historical Society?
So for the open house volunteers, which is what I'm looking for primarily right now, is basically opening the museum, opening the doors, getting all the flags out, and kind of getting the museum ready for guests to come visit. We're still only doing one open house a month that's themed. So originally, prior to September, we only had, the one open house, and that was always a monthly theme based on, whatever month it was or things going on in the community, etc. So we're still doing that. So the rest of the open houses throughout the month are just going to be open museum. The galleries will just be open for people to come visit. So basically the open house host will greet people when they come in and be available for questions if any come up. They're welcome to, show off certain parts of the exhibits that they love or they are passionate about. But generally the galleries are a self-guided tour. So you can, open house hosts can guide them as much as they want, or, kind of hang out in the periphery and be available for questions.
And then if someone wanted to either sign up for the volunteer meeting or maybe look to get involved with the Greater West Bloomfield Historical Society, other than that, how would they go about finding those details? So
the volunteer meeting is, the information on that is posted on our website, which is gwbhs.org. So that should be one of the first events that pop up on the homepage. And then there will be, my email is also, my work email is in that event description. And if anyone is interested in volunteering that can't attend the meeting, they can send me an email, and I can get you added to the list.
Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning, Cory.
Thank you for having me.